Dr. Julie Bradshaw is a legend in the marathon swimming world, an International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame inductee who holds 18 different world records in the sport, including a mind-boggling English Channel crossing of 14 hours and 18 minutes swimming butterfly. Amazingly, she did not stop even once or break her stroke while swimming that butterfly crossing. Gifted with the ability to avoid swallowing water while swimming butterfly despite rough conditions, she tells and is an incredible story. Among her marathon swims, she completed the first triple crossing of Loch Ness, taking 32 hours and 34 minutes. She became a member of the Order of the British Empire in 2006 for her services to swimming and charity.
It is something special, and it takes a certain kind of person and a certain type of mindset. All I can say is it's a little bit like being what I call in my own little world. If you want a better word, trance, sort of like a little trance. And swimming for that length of time, I set myself little goals, and it may seem a long time to start 23 hours, but it's about setting the first goal, which is to an hour, because I always speed every hour. And then I find that after about 2 or 3 hours, an hour whizzes by, a bit like 5 minutes, so I kind of lose all conception of time. But it's about keeping a positive mind and keeping focused on the results, you know, because I'm one of these people who always see when I do a swim that I've always done it, and it's one of those magical things that I goal set really, really well. And in fact, like as part of my business now, which I'll talk about later on.
Dr. Julie Bradshaw utilizes her successes in the water to help people on terra, firma, and channel swimming aspirants the world over. Through her work as the Honorary Secretary for the Channel Swimming Association and her motivational business called Get Set for Success, she enables people to believe in their own potential and expand their horizons. In this auspicious episode of Open Water Wednesday, OpenWaterSource.com is pleased to present Dr. Julie Bradshaw, a pioneer, a motivator, an enabler, and a marathon swimming legend. Your host for this exclusive presentation is Stephen Munatones, an International Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame inductee. He has prepared open water swimming materials used by NBC, USA Swimming, the Beijing Olympic Committee, the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, National Public Radio, and National Geographic Magazine. And now, Open Water Source is pleased to present your host, Stephen Munatones, with Dr. Julie Bradshaw.
Here we are at Open Water Wednesday once again with superstar marathon swimmer Julie Bradshaw. Good afternoon, Julie.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm very good, Steve. And how about you?
Good, good. Where are you today? What city, what location?
I live in a place called Loughborough, which is in the middle of England, and I'm actually at home today. I've done a bit of swimming and sitting here talking to you.
Ah, great. Well, I do want to introduce you a little bit to our global open water swimming community, and as many people know, Julie is one of the best marathon swimmers of all time. She actually holds 18 world records. She's probably most well known for swimming butterfly, and swimming butterfly a long time. But actually, instead of me introducing Julie, let's allow Julie to introduce herself. Julie, how long have you been swimming, and where exactly have you swum during your career?
I've been swimming very, very long time. I started to swim when I was about 5 or 6 years old. Specifically in relation to long distance swimming, I've been involved since the age of 12, 13 years old. I'm now 47, so calculations make that over about 33 years or so. So a long, long time.
Yeah. And what are some examples of your long swims that you've done?
Well, I basically began when I was 12, 13 years old, up in the Lake District in England, where our longest lake is Lake Windermere. I'd seen an advertisement for a cross Windermere swim, which was 1.25 miles, and I decided to enter it. It was one of the races on the calendar, and funnily enough, that year I actually entered it doing breaststroke because it was quite scary as a youngster, actually putting your head in like this deep, dark water. And I actually did it breaststroke the first time, breaststroke being my worst stroke. Obviously, I began to love it, and the following year, when I was 14, I was full on to freestyle, front crawl, and I actually went back and won that. The same year, I also swam the length of Lake Windermere, which is 10.5 miles, solo, in 4 hours 38, which is, I believe, is still a British junior record. And I also swam Morecambe Bay that year as well, so that's 1978. And it was then that, obviously, the English Channel is the blue ribbon of marathon swimming. And I went to my parents and I said to my mum and dad that I wanted to swim the Channel. And I think they nearly choked at first. But then again, they've been behind me all the way, and it was from there that the Channel swimming and all the kind of swim started. So really from about 1977-78. And I've done a lot of the BLDSA swims, the British Long Distance Swimming Association, because they have a good list of junior swims, and I used to go in and do all those. Win all those, and then obviously at 15 years old I swam the Channel. So it was the start of a long, glittering career.
And what, as a young teenager, what do you think drew you to the sport, to go from a short distance to 10.5 miles and then the English Channel?